Freenet as always. Appreciate what you do. And we'll just rock along here and just go down the list and pick up a few as we go. And I think I pretty well got the list the way you got it, so we'll just go with that. And then I'll turn it over to you as I usually do toward the end of the net and so forth, and you can close it out and you can pick up any stragglers. So this is KF4TXQ, now assuming the call W4AMI. That WA4 keeps coming back in there from earlier days. But anyway, this is W4AMI, and so glad to hear everybody in there. Okay, Kevin, I tell you, you made your little spiel in there. Do you need to say anything else, or shall I pass it down to Roy? Over.
Yeah, one thing, when you do the net, I forgot, you may or may not, I think you stepped away, Mac has got a want and a need, and somebody else may want to as well. So if you want to check with him before you do, like the officers and all that, when it gets to Mac, or announcements on anybody wanting anything, I do know Mac has some. But other than that, that's all I got, Sam. Over to you, W4KM.
Thank you, sir. Well, all right, we're going to rock right along. Mac, W4AX. Over in Ball Ground, go ahead and make your transmission now and list your want and any comments you want to make. This is W4AMI.
All right, thank you, Sam, and thanks for letting me do this. For anyone that might have a pair of Newell stock 400 tubes, I'd like to buy them from you. So if you just let me know as it comes around, or you can drop me an email. I'm good on QRZ. And my friend John, K4BZS, needs the 80-meter tuning unit out of a BC610. 80-meter tuning unit out of a BC610. That's for John, K4BZS. Back over to you, Sam. W4AMI, W4X.
Mighty fine, Mac. Well, appreciate you being there. And if anybody knows where Mac can get what he needs, I'm sure y'all will contact him post haste. Pardon me. I should have had a cup of water sitting over here, but I don't. Okay, any other stations need to make any announcements in here before we move on down the roster? Is that? I heard somebody key up in there. Were you making a request, over?
Yeah, I'm talking to Mike for a minute, Sam, K4VZS.
Don't worry about it. Good to hear you, John. I'm sure glad you're here. Okay, going on down the list, Roy, W4I in Pensacola. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
All right. Well, good evening, Sam. Sounding good here in Pensacola. This is W4I Roy in Pensacola. And, as Miss Bendy Pearl used to say on the Grand Ole Opry, look out now, here it comes. Howdy, I'm just so proud to be here. And it is good to be here this evening, Sam, and enjoying radioing at its finest. You don't get no better than this. So there you go. Well, let's see. I ain't got anything for the net important, Sam. Just tell you this, that I'm running this Daisy May this evening, a B&W 5100 transmitter, a B model. The B stands for beautiful. And to prove it, on the front of the transmitter, it's got B&W. And the B&W really stands for Barker and Williamson, the manufacturer of the transmitter. But I like to say it stands for beautiful woman, because Miss Daisy May fits that bill to a T. So there you go with the transmitter. The receiver is an NC300 receiver, and I'm running a pair of 813s and a B&W amplifier. And I got a double bazooka antenna, about 35 feet, something like that, at the apex. So that's the station here. Sam, and it's good to be here again. And I will turn it back to you with this little statement, Sam. I hope everybody out there in Radio Land feels as good as I look. Back to you, brother, from W4, diddle, and Happy New Year to everybody.
Well, same to you, Roy, and thank you for being here. And I tell you right now, it's always good to have you on the list. You always keep us smiling. Okay, next on the list is KA3IWS in Lexington, South Carolina. Bob, it is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
Okay, Sam, W4AMI. This is KA3IWS, Bob in Lexington. We're running my usual radio here, although I do have another one as well. I've got a homebrew linear with a pair of 572Bs that I was driving with a 1960, and I don't have it ready to turn on right now, but I'll have to. Maybe we could try that in the morning too, Mac. But I got a little homebrew speech compressor from a 1966 Electronics Illustrated magazine, and my scanner's talking about some accident in the background here. So back to the net and just enjoying listening from W4AMI, KA3IWS.
Okay, Bob, mighty fine. Well, you're sounding good and great on your project there. I hope it all turns out like you want it to. And building stuff is fun. That's putting your practice and your theory together. So there you are. Okay, next we have got Eddie Brown, KA4AMI in Williamson, Georgia. And Eddie, are you on your Ranger tonight, or you're on the right gates? Over.
W4AMI, this is KA4AMI. We're on the People's Radio, the Ranger, Johnson Viking Ranger. And I'll go ahead and say we're listening on the SX73 using the SB220 for a little extra power, and half-wave in-fed antenna with a D104 mic. I think that's in the wrong order, but that's what I got. Well, good evening, Sam. And thank you and Kevin very much for taking care of the festivities tonight. Good job. And good evening. And Happy New Year to all that's listening. And thank you for being here, because we're getting bigger and bigger. I hope everybody will have a great New Year this year. I'm looking really forward to it. There's a lot of people don't think it's going to be so great, but I'm going to have to be positive. I can't get down in the dumps over it. I think we are going to have a better year. I hope y'all can tell me you were right at the end. We got a new member today, K4 Victor Alpha, K4VA Allen from college, or he's up in College Grove, Tennessee. And Alan, if you're on, welcome, and we're all glad to hear you here and have you here, and looking forward to hearing you. Let's see. Sam, I'm sure glad Miss Mary's back and doing well. Tell her old Eddie said hello, and we'll add a little something to Kevin's deal about the website. We do QSL to SWLs, and we're creating a card right now, but we can, if somebody wants a SWL card, we'll send it right out for W4AMI, and you can find the information for that on the net, W4AMI.org. And Kevin, for you, those lithium batteries, I'm not sure which ones you said you had, but if it says lithium on there, be very careful. I think you know that probably, but they're real finicky about charging and will explode. So, and they cause a big fire. There's been a bunch of people burn their houses down with those things, and I have a bunch, and they stay in a fireproof box, except when in use. So, I'm not sure which ones you have, but do your research, because they can be dangerous, but they're great batteries. But if it says lithium on there, be careful. Let's see. That's all I can get on the come up with tonight. Like I said, we're on the Ranger tonight, and that's about it from here, Sam. 7-3 to everybody. Happy New Year. W4AMI. This is KA4AMI. Everybody say hello to Alan.
Hello, Alan from KF4TXQ is my call, and of course I'm W4AMI tonight, and y'all be sure to wave at him when you hear him on the bands. And next on our list is Kevin, KK4GZQ in Nunsuch, Kentucky. Kevin, it is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
Okay, Sam. Thanks for picking me up. W4AMI with the net, KK4GZQ, and good evening, everybody. And boy, a bunch of good sounding stations out there tonight. And I had a phone call that came in between the pre-net and the net, so if I missed anything, Sam, anybody saying hello, I did hear Bob, KA3IWS from Lexington, South Carolina. Good evening to you, Bob. And also welcome Kilo 4 Victor Alpha, Alan there in Tennessee, along with what you guys were talking about, new member there. So with that, I'm just running the Ranger here tonight with the AL1200, about 300 watts carrier, and listen to everybody on an R392 and a full wave loop for an antenna here. But anyway, good to hear everybody on. I'll send it back to you, Sam, and thank you and Kevin both for running the net and the pre-net. W4AMI, this is KK4GZQ. Good evening from Nunsuch, Kentucky.
Good to have you on board here, Kevin, and hope everything goes well for you in the forthcoming year for all of us. I'll tell you what, we've had enough surprises and strangeness to happen, so we need to get real and get back to basics. So anyway, appreciate you being there, Kevin. Okay, next on my list, I've got Dr. Ron, WB4GWA in Concord, Georgia. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
Okay, Sam, W4AMI from WB4GWA. Good evening to you and to everybody else who's checking in. And I, too, want to pass my greetings to Alan, our newest member. Just for y'all's information, we now have 294 members on the membership roster. And you might be interested to know that that also includes those that have passed on our silent keys. And the reason we're not taking them off is that once you're a member of the SAMRC, it lasts for eternity. And we want to honor their memory, and we're keeping them on there. So we have 294 names on our membership roster. So that's the policy, and we're going to stick to it, Sam. For sure. You sounded good in here tonight, and everybody else is sounding really good. I hope y'all have a really happy new year, and stay busy. I've been busy all day today. I had to replace a faucet on my kitchen sink, and boy, I'm going to tell you what, when you get to be my age and some of y'all's age, you know what I'm talking about. Laying on your back under the sink and all of that kind of stuff for 4 or 5 hours is not a lot of fun. So I got that done today, and it took me about 5 hours to do what I would have done for about an hour when I was in my 20s, of course. But anyway, got it taken care of. Y'all have a great, great week, and Happy New Year to everybody. W4AMI from WB4GWA in Concord.
Fine business, Dr. Ron, and thanks for all you do. You do a great job with that website and all kind of things. And you're a master restorer and storehouse of knowledge. I think you and John are brothers in that regard and so forth, and it's mighty good to have y'all active in the club. I'll tell you what, going on down the list here, Mac has already made his listing. Mac, do you need to make any other comments about your listing? W4AX, W4AMI.
Thank you, Sam. I think I've located a couple thanks to someone on the list. Really appreciate that. Or on the net, please. And around here, just working on my new to me Collins 20V3, and it was one dirty girl. And I've been bathing it about 3 or 4 hours a day with mineral spirits and all kinds of stuff. And Sam, you'll be pleased to know I even cleaned a dead mouse out of it that was all shriveled up. Back over to you, Sam. W4AMI, W4AX.
Another mouse gave his all for AM radio. What can I say? A fitting sacrifice. All right, mighty good. Well, congratulations on that, Matt. Can't wait to see the pictures. Okay, going on down my list, we got Perry, K4CWW, and I think he's over in Fayetteville, Georgia. It's not Fayetteville. Where is it? Wherever you are identified. This is W4AMI. Over to you, Perry. Was I speaking to myself?
I heard you.
Okay, mighty good. All right, we'll go on down the list here. Don, K5HFG in Tick Ridge, Mississippi. It is your turn, Don. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI, K5HFG. Good evening, Sam. Good to hear you. You got a good signal. Good evening to everybody else on the net. I don't have much to report. I hope everybody had a happy new year to start out. We'll have to wait and see how it turns out. But I hope everybody enjoyed their time away and their time with friends and relatives. Not much else to report. It's been cold here. I just got back today from Huntsville celebrating New Year over there with family, so it was just as cold over there as it is over here. Anyway, that's the story on Tick Ridge. We're just standing by waiting for spring. W4AMI, K5HFG, 73.
73 to you, Don. You're sounding great from Tick Ridge. Appreciate you being here and being a regular on the Southeastern AM Radio Plus net. Okay, going on down the list here, we're going to the tallest mountain in Florida. KW4TV, Manuel, it is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
Okay, W4AMI, KW4TV. Well, Sam, you're doing a great job on the net, my friend. I always do. I wouldn't expect anything else. And say hello to Max, W4AX, and John, VZS, and hello to everybody. Alan, K4VA, that's a good call sign, Alan. Hello to you and everybody else is on here. My goodness, 294 names on here. It's just great to be in AM radio. And better than that, I appreciate y'all letting me stay in here and not running me off. So with that, Sam, I'll turn it back to you, and everybody have a happy New Year from the tallest mountain in Florida, KW4TV.
Always a pleasure, Manuel. You do a great job. Appreciate you being with us. Okay, we're going on down the list, and I see some names here that I was talking to earlier before we did the prenet and so forth, but I hadn't heard them on the prenet, so I'm just going to bypass them, and if they want to get on here again, they'll make themselves known when the time comes. Okay, well, let's see. Tom, W9TAB in Pensacola, it is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI, W9CAB. Good evening, Sam. Appreciate you. Everything you do. Thanks for doing the net. You're sounding good. Everybody's sounding good down here. Anyway, a little bit cool. Started to cool down some. Had some frost last night down here past the I-10 corridor. Anyway, here it is. Go 2024. It's good to hear everybody. Sitting here talking unusual on the Collins 32B2 transmitter and 7584 receiver. Anyway, it's stock power, 100 watts. And that's all I got for the net. Let's see here, Stan. This is a new guy. I guess it's, what's his name? I forgot his name. Anyway, welcome to the AMI net. Glad to have you aboard there, but anyway, back to the net. W4AMI, W9CAB. Thanks again, Sam.
Thanks to you, Tom. Appreciate you being with us. Okay, let's go down to the coast over there on the East Coast. Chuck, in for OYT. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
Yes, sir. W4AMI in for OYT, Old Buzzard of the East, over here on the River Styx, 20 miles west of Savannah. I'm playing with a little Icon 706. I've had this thing ever since they first came out years and years ago. Every time I play with it, it just surprises me. Little old tiny radio does everything and works good no matter what you want to do with it. Anyhow, it's not too cold over here. It's 54 degrees. It ain't too bad. It's going to get cold again tonight. But I'll be up under a bunch of blankets, so I'll be okay. Ain't much else going on. Watching the grass grow. Still warm enough for that. Don't have to cut it no more this year, but we'll be all right. N4OYT on the River Styx. Back to the net.
Okay, mighty good. It's good to have you with us, Chuck, and hope things go well over there on the River Styx. And let's go down to Pensacola. John, K4VZS, it is your turn, sir, and thanks a lot for what all you do for AM radio and ham radio in general. This is W4AMI.
W4AMI, K4VZS. I appreciate that, Sam. I like to do it. Been doing it for a long time. I don't know how much longer, but I'm still working at it. Anders Johnson, that's kilowatt tonight, and I'm beginning to wonder if some of these noises that people are hearing is somewhere in my keying circuit. But I did change microphones, so I eliminated that. I think, and I still enjoy it. It's one of the best nets around. Not the mullet net. So keep it up. We appreciate you, Sam. Oh God. W4KR. And let's see, Alan and Kevin. It's good that you guys have taken the interest, and I appreciate it. W4AMI, K4VZS, Pensacola.
Mighty fine, John. Mighty proud to have you with us, and it's an honor. And let's go to Walhalla in South Carolina and pick up Stan. He's my compatriot for alternate weeks. W4KR. It is your turn, sir. This is W4AMI.
Okay, Sam, good evening to you, W4AMI, and the CMRC Swap and Fellowship Net for Tuesday night, W4KR, in suburban Walhalla. Good evening to everybody. Good to hear everybody. Sam, I want to make a comment here. Last week I mentioned that we had a member of the family that was had a difficult time after childbirth. And I mentioned that at the beginning of the net. And as we went down the list, everybody on that list made a comment relating to that. And I speak for the whole family clan and say thank you, guys. It really has said something about the folks that spend their time with this group. I got a bunch of great people, Sam. Friendly people, neighborly people, thoughtful people. Indeed, indeed. And we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let's see. A couple of other questions. A couple of other things that were... there's one other thing that was aimed at me. Mac, are you listening?
Yes, sir. I'm here. And blessings to your daughter.
Yeah, thanks. Mac, according to Collins, 12 puff is the magic number. I had in the 20V2. They didn't do that in the 20V2, but some later specs called it out, and I think the one I had in the 20V2 was a 14 puff. This one's a 12 because this one came with that. They were putting them in the V3, and this one was there. What's the serial number of your V3, Mac? Go ahead.
173.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got a relatively late one. Good. Okay, it should have some work done in the some work should have been done. Let me rephrase that. That's what I said didn't make any sense. Yours came with the mods. About serial number 109. Mine's 119, and about 109, they made several changes, and it was primarily to hold oscillations down. Added some more bypass capacitors in the RF deck, and added the neutralizing capacitor at that time. But I would think anything in that general range ought to do it. And I remember this one came fairly clean, but I remember the V2. That one stood outside for a few days and got scrubbed and hosed down. And so when it got done, it looked like it just came out of the factory. And the cabinet was in great shape, perfect condition actually. There were no marks on it at all. But and the V3 is pretty much the same way. So have fun with that project. Be anxious to hear it on the air. With that, that's about it for tonight, Sam. Great job as usual, and we shall be in touch. We'll be looking at you as the week progresses. W4AMI, W4KR Walla.
W4KR, mighty good to have you with us, and appreciate what all you do for the club and the net and so forth. And we're down to, not the last and least, but we're down to your compatriot on Tuesday nights, to Alan in 40ZI in Woodstock, Lake Cheerful. And Alan, it is your turn, sir. And then we'll turn it back over to Kevin. N40ZI, go ahead. W4AMI.
Okay, very good, Sam. W4AMI in the net, this N40ZI. Well, it's good to be here, and yeah, we certainly enjoying the net. It's nice conditions tonight. Doing real well, nice and quiet. I love winter time. It's great. Don't have much to really say, but yes, Stan, there's a lot of good folks on here, and when certain people, when anybody here are going through problems, we all feel the pain and are concerned and have them in our prayers and stuff. It's and that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Not much else to really say, Sam. Appreciate you calling it, and Kevin, appreciate you calling the pre-net, and we're just enjoying the net and kind of checking stuff out here in the ham shack, running around here and there, grabbing that and grabbing this, and trying to wrap up from the holidays. The XYL's up there pulling down Christmas decorations and stuff. I'm trying to get my part. I think I'll be done tomorrow. I'm trying my best. And that's about it. Just that, and just working on some stuff I got. I got a camera that I got that I'm messing with that I think might, well, actually a couple of different types of cameras that will help in making some Hamfest photos more interesting and easier to take and stuff like that, rather than just using this cell phone. I'm trying to look at improving my Hamfest photos for 2024 on my QRZ page. A lot of people like that. They like to see what's there and stuff, and I had a little trouble getting good photos out of Lawrenceville because it was so early in the morning. The sun was so bright and coming in at an odd angle. It made it very difficult, and I kind of decided I was going to try to come up with something better than this little cell phone. So we've been working on that and hopefully give a trial run on it up at Dalton. And Dalton is coming up end of next month, coming up fast. So everybody start making your plans for it. Appreciate it, Sam. We'll turn it back to you. Appreciate you calling it, Kevin. Appreciate you calling Prenet. It's great hearing everybody. Sounding really good. W4AMI. This is N4OZI.
Mighty fine, Alan. Appreciate what you do, and let's hope that you and Miss Annie have a fine New Year coming up. I hope you all had a great Christmas and everything's gone well with your family. So one of the good things about this brotherhood that we have, the AM Brotherhood, is it's a classy bunch of folks, fine folks, no doubt about it. And they strive to have good sounding stations, and they try to make their operating principles reflective of being gentlemen and good Christian brotherhood. And I'm proud to be a member of it. Okay, let me turn it back over to my compatriot, Kevin, WA4KM, up there in Zillerica, the city of gold. Why don't you close it out and see if we left anybody out? I don't think we did, though. Kevin, thanks a lot for what you do. You did a great prenet. This is W4AMI. I'll soon call and get on with it.
All right. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate each and every one of y'all that's joined us this evening on the Tuesday night SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net. I've got everybody. I didn't see you missed anybody but Perry. And before we'll see if anybody else would like to get on the roster this evening, let's go back and see if Perry made it back for. I know you called on him and he might have stepped away for a minute. Before we take other check-ins, Perry, are you there? K4CWW? If it is, it's over to you for your comments. This is W4AMI. I guess not. He must have RUNNOFT. Okay, and before we take any other check-ins, did we miss anyone?
W4OLJ.
Okay, I guess we missed anybody. Good evening, Virgil. That was my next thing. Anyone else out here that would like to get on the Tuesday night W4AMI roster, please come at this time. This is W4AMI.
W4CDJ.
Whiskey 4, Whiskey Foxtrot Lima.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Kilo Juliet.
All righty, there's a bunch of good ones there. All right, W4OLJ, so we got Virgil, we got Dan, CDJ, good evening to you, and then we got Richard, WFL, and KKJ, I believe that's Greg down there in Florida. Anyone else that'd like to get on the roster this evening for the Tuesday night SMRC Swap and Fellowship Net, come at this time.
N4LQ.
Okay, well, we'll run with this one for a minute. That's going to knock the page on down. Good evening, gentlemen. I hope everybody had a good Christmas and a Happy New Year so far. And with that, let me send it up to my good friend. Speaking of that, Virgil, in Sweetwater, Tennessee, I had Greg call me for the Dalton Hamfest guys. If he hadn't called you and you got a table, I see, Mac, you were on that list as well. They're taking stuff for the Dalton Hamfest tables now at this time. A little announcement, but I figured I'd throw it in there. All right, with no further ado, Virgil, W4OLJ, this is W4AMI.
Kevin, did you get N4LQ in there at the end?
I did. I got OLJ, CDJ, WFL, KKJ, and LQ. Sure did.
Okay, thanks.
All right, no problem. Okay, Virgil, over to you.
W4AMI in the net. This is W4OLJ. Okay, Kevin, thanks a lot there for picking me up. I want to welcome the new member there, Alan. I did not catch where he was, but anyway, welcome. And I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year there, as well as the rest of the new year. Believe it'll be a good one there. Hope so anyway. And Dr. Ron, I like the idea of keeping the silent keys on the list there. I think that's a good policy there. Sure do. So thanks a lot there. We don't have much here, Kevin. It's cold up here. It's supposed to be down, I think, about 24 tonight, something like that. And we've had a little breeze all day, and boy, it had a bite to it. So that's about it. A lot of good signals on tonight, and we sure enjoy hearing them. So back to you there, and you done a great job with the pre-net, what I heard of it, and Sam, he done the same there with the net. So back to you, and thanks a lot. And Happy New Year to everybody. W4AMI, this is W4OLJ in Sweetwater.
Okay, Virgil, beautiful signal as always, and great audio, and thank you for always being there. And I agree 100% with leaving the guys on there, past, present, and future. That's a good thing. And Ron does do a good job with the being the trustee and that website. Again, y'all check out the website if you hadn't, w4ami.org. Okay, moving right along, let's see. Dan, how's everything going up there in Indiana? W4CDJ, W4AMI.
W4AMI, W4CDJ. Well, thanks for picking me up there, Kevin. I just come back to the shack and turned the receiver on about the time Sam was turning it over to you there, so my timing was off tonight. I got in here a little bit too late, so I don't have any comments for any of the previous discussions to make because I don't know what they were. We had a great Christmas, a good New Year's. Looking forward to a good 2024. We got most of the Christmas decorations and the tree and all the whatnots that Georgia had to sit around the house packed away today and back in their proper storage places, ready for another one this December of 2024. Looking forward to that. Other than that, not a whole lot here. It's supposed to get down 27 tonight and a chance of snow Saturday, so we'll see what happens. Once again, thanks for picking me up. W4AMI, W4CDJ, Dan in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, on the T368.
Well, I'll tell you, the T368 is sounding really good. Good audio, big signal, and out of Lynchburg, Indiana. Always good to hear you, Dan.
W4.
All right, we'll break with Dan and go down to Florida and pick up W4WFL. So over to you for your comments on the Tuesday night SAMRC Swap and Fellowship Net. Over to you, Richard.
Okay, W4AMI, this is W4WFL in Pensacola. Well, thanks, Kevin, for letting me in. I fell asleep, I think, when we were having the pre-net, and I didn't get a chance to get my call out there, and when I woke up, Sam was at the helm, so anyway, I think they say if you snooze, you lose. That's me. But anyway, I hope everybody had a happy holiday, and I think we're supposed to get some bad weather down here too in the Florida Panhandle. I was sort of surprised. I was walking the back of my property today, looking at maybe putting up some other antennas on where I don't have some antennas, and I saw my banana trees were still growing. So we haven't even had a frost yet up here. So I was sort of surprised, but we may get it next week, though. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But anyway, I wish everybody well for the new year, and we'll probably catch most of you on the Net on Thursday. So this is W4WFL, Pensacola.
Okay, Richard. Well, good to hear you. And like I said, hope you have a happy new year. And, oh, by the way, Virgil, Kevin up there in Nunsuch, KK4GZQ, said it was 37 earlier and it's supposed to go down to 27. So you're going to 24. You may have the torch tonight as the coolest. Of course, Dan up CDJ may be cold up in Indiana too. All righty, we'll break with Richard. Go down and pick up WB4KKJ. It's over to you, sir, for your comments. W4AMI.
Good evening, Kevin. W4AMI, WB4KKJ. Sounding good down here tonight, Kevin, and signals are all good and strong. That's good to hear. And want to welcome the new gentleman to the net, and hope he'll hang in there with us and be part of us. Hope you had a good New Year's and everything. So just turn it back over to you, Kevin, just on the ICOM Pro 3 tonight. And so we'll turn it back over to you, and thanks for everything you do. And Sam, thank you for doing the net also. So I'll turn it back. W4AMI, WB4KKJ.
Okay, well, the Pro 3 or 2 or 3, I can't remember which said. I've got a Pro 2. They're great radios. I love it. And a 7600 ain't nothing but a Pro 4. I've got those, and they're great too. Alrighty, we'll break with Greg down there and see about Steve. Let's see. Let's go over to N4LQ. So that's over to you for your comments, sir. W4AMI. And Happy New Year.
Roger, Roger. This is N4LQ, Steve, in Shelby, North Carolina, the city of pleasant living. And we're a little bit late getting checked in, but it's good to be here. And hello to everybody. I'm running the E.F. Johnson Viking Valiant tonight, about 125 watts, and the horizontal loop antenna. So back to you, Kevin. This is N4LQ.
Well, I tell you, the audio on that Valiant's usually, you got that sounding really good. It's got beautiful audio on the Valiants. Usually you got to do a little audio work on those, or the ones I've had you did in the Viking 2s, but that one sounds really good, Steve. I mean, good signal, clean, and audio is just great. All righty, we've reached the bottom of the list this evening. We'll stand by and take one more pause here for anyone else that'd like to get on the tail end of the Tuesday night Southeastern AM Radio Club Swap and Fellowship Net. If you'd like to get on the list and roster, please come at this time. This is W4AMI.
Alpha Delta 4, Quebec.
I knew we had one more. I could feel you. All right, go ahead up there, Alpha Delta 4 Quebec. Over to you for your comments. This is W4AMI.
Well, save me for the caboose. This is Dave, Alpha Delta 4 Quebec in Wilmington, Tennessee. I was listening quite a bit of the earlier part of the net, and I got the dinner call. I just got back. So, that was good, too. And had a few comments. One, Mac, you talked about cleaning out that transmitter and finding the mouse. I know then when we talked about the mouse trap, when I was working as a chief engineer at a local station here, we got a call one day and went out there and the transmitter had kicked off and went in there and we found a snake in there. That snake gave his all too. A long black snake. So, they don't like that high voltage for some reason when they get into it. Anyway, we're on the Viking 2 CDC tonight again. And receiving on R388. And let's see, what else did I have? Still working on, I've got a Ranger I'm working on, and I've got a Glow King I'm working on. Hopefully I have Glow King on here in a few days. Got a couple issues with it, but I'm still playing with it. Happy New Year to everybody, Tennessee, and everybody have a good week. Thank you, Kevin. W4AMI.
All righty, Dave. Well, you're sounding good as always, and you're never too late until the last one gets here. So thanks for stopping by. Always good to hear you. All righty. Well, with that, we'll close it out this evening, guys. Appreciate each and every one of y'all that stopped by and participated this evening. Enjoyed it and had a good list. The band was in great shape. And again, for the ones out there listening that may not know what we're all about here, this is a good bunch of people. And if you'd like to find out more about it, go to the website. It's W4AMI.org. And that's Whiskey 4 Alpha Mike India .org, Oscar Romeo Golf. And you can see what the net's all about and projects going on and beautiful pictures of radios and etc. And get on the list. Be a member. It doesn't cost anything. And you can email the guys there and get a hold of Eddie Brown and send you out a certificate. Okay, well, with that, let's see. Join the Thursday night. The next net will be for the Gulf Coast Mullet Society. It'll be Thursday night on 3885 kilocycles here, and they'll actually start at 6 o'clock. I don't think they've changed their time just yet. Their time is 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern, as the last I've heard. And you stop by and, on Thursday if you're not doing anything and visit with those guys. And also, and then on Sunday, they got the Warren Ellie Memorial Net presented by the Florida AM group at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll kick it back off Monday on the Eagle AM Net. It follows this net. We follow suit with this one. It'll be on 3885 kilocycles in the AM mode. And it'll start at 5 o'clock Central and 6 o'clock Eastern, just like this net here. We follow them as well. Alrighty, with that said, I'd like to wish everybody a great evening and a Happy New Year. And welcome to the new member also. It's a good hobby, good bunch of people, and it's family oriented too, so you can turn the radio on and not have to worry about your wife or kids running around. And I'll leave it there. Okay, that's my part, and I'm going to turn it over to Sam, see if he's got anything else about it. And good evening, everybody, from the city of Golden, West Georgia. This is Kevin, and my call is WA4KM. Over to you, Sam.
Thank you, Kevin. Great job on the pre-net and great job for finishing up the net. And it's just great. I tell you what, I really do love this net. And one reason AM is so popular, I think, is because the people that are involved in it love it so much. And, you know, it's good sounding stuff, and it's just classic. That's all I can say is classic. We uphold good practices and so forth, and we do the best we can with what we got. All right, thanks a whole lot, and I hope y'all have a happy and prosperous new year. And you and Miss Susie have something good to eat tonight. And Miss Mary's in there snoozing, so I'm going to go check on her. I have to go in there once in a while, stir her up, you know. But she's doing fine. Appreciate y'all's thoughts and prayers. And she has really come back from this fast. And she's got one of those walkers with tennis balls on the front legs. But, you know, she does that just for stability. She can walk without it, but she doesn't want to have to go through what she went through again for that hip replacement. So, anyway, it's all working well. And Stan, we sure are glad that your granddaughter's coming along. I sure hope all that works out well. So everybody from KF4TXQ, I've enjoyed the net. I've enjoyed knowing y'all, and it's been a great, great evening. As Roy would say, it's been a wonderful evening for AM, although this is not the Eagle Net. So anyway, this is KF4TXQ, Dadeville, Alabama. Wishing y'all a very, very prosperous new year, and let's hope that we can get back to basics and fundamentals again in this country. KF4TXQ is leaving the air and diddly-da-dee-da.
Great job, Sam. You too, Kevin. W4I diddle diddle.
Appreciate you being there, Roy.
73 Roy's, and y'all keep Bob up there, K4BKC, in your prayers too. I don't know if we mentioned it or not, but he sure he could use it as well. All right, we're headed in the kitchen. WA4KM. Good night, everybody. Diddly-doddy-dod, dit.
Great job, fellas. Appreciate it.